It's accountability. You'd appreciate that.
So going into week 3, man, a lot of work that has been done already. We scrimmaged some on Saturday in front of what I think are the state's and a lot of the region's best recruits. So really a positive day. Learned that our team is willing, learned that we have good leadership, I would say fairly consistent at this point, and areas still to work on. Kicking game obviously is one. Our punting game in particular needs work. We are finding that Eric Takanaka from Snow College, who led junior college in punt returns and or kick returns, he's going to be a good returner for us. So I like what I'm seeing from him. A lot of optimism, a lot of hard work, no signs of momentum slowing or guys getting tired of spring at this point. It's very competitive, and a lot of focus on cleaner play. And so officiating and rules has been really emphasized, but I like where we stand at this point. Still a lot of work to do, but I like where we stand. And fun to think about both our men and women's hoop teams going to the NCAA as well. So spring practice, nice weather, and hoops, and then we had a baseball game Saturday. So good times at BYU right now.
With regards to the scrimmage, what are the challenges in running a scrimmage this early in the year, and what specific things maybe take from it? Or?
Yeah, challenges are always the risk of injury versus the return of establishing and identifying who can make plays in really critical situations. And so balance of identifying playmakers, moving schemes forward, balancing and developing depth with keeping your best players healthy so you have them when it really counts, which is in the fall. And so, and especially in a spring setting, and this team that's competitive, yeah, they're running into each other pretty hard. So those are the risks and returns and rewards.
Can you talk about the outside linebacker position? What are you seeing there, and who are the guys?
Well, currently, the players that are practicing, Sai Tautu has had one of the best springs of any player on our team so far, so I really like what he's doing, and Sione Taki is currently playing opposite him. Fred Warner is out with, as you know, an injury to his arm, and so Troy Hines is getting a lot of work as well. So I really like the chance that you're considering now Fred Warner, Sai Tautu, Sione Taki, Troy Hines. That's going to be a nice group. And again, I'm not going to say a standard group, but an essential group talent-wise for our 3-4 defense, and all 4 of those guys I think are right on track.
You mentioned the emphasis on penalties. The players have talked about the self-reporting element of that. What's that been like?
It's kind of an interest principle. So during practice, if a player has a penalty and it's not caught by myself or an official, and they know they can self-report. Basically, they can go be accountable right then. If they choose to risk it and wait till the next day, the penalty is double. And I'm not going to tell you what the punishment is, but they also lose something that's really dear to them that I've learned on the team, so I've taken that privilege away. So you can risk it. It's about 50% interest is what they, but eventually you have to buy a house and borrow money, and so it's a good lesson.
So you guys have been resistant to calling their own penalties.
Well, we've caught 4 so far, but after the first day of them finding out what the interest looked like, there hasn't been any since then. So they're all self-reporting right now, which is great.
We know that at least 2 of those have been offensive linemen. Is it really hard for them, you being a defensive guy?
They have no chance. If it's even close, I would self-report. So.
Just as far as the O-line goes, what do you see development-wise from those
Kyle
guys?
Johnson doing a really nice job of playing in leadership. Tijan Karoma developing, maturing, and those 2 are immediate standouts. And I really like Brad Wilcox also. So from what I've seen so far this spring, those 3, Alui, I can't say those 4. So 4, we're still looking for 1 more, but I would say 4 of the 5 I'm really comfortable with.
Tijan got a lot of attention, of course, last year. Building off of what he was able to do last season, that progression. What are you seeing?
Well, he got a lot of attention in relation to starting as a true freshman,
right,
and then being measured against other freshmen is really where his awards came from. Mm-hmm. So now that his freshman year is over, he'll have to play significantly better to have similar accolades, because now he's going against upperclassmen. But he works hard, and I think he's willing. We're anxious at some point to get Riker Matthews back. Hurt the last play of the Memphis game, and so it'll be touch and go all the way to fall camp. But once he's back, then he would be the fifth. If I were to say right now, that would be really strong front.
Having taken more of a role with the defense, have you relinquished taking head of a specific position, or are you still doing that?
No, I don't have a specific position. In fact, I'm spending a lot of time in different coaches' meetings and trying to provide feedback as much as I can to our whole organization. And then into individual segments, I'm going from offense and defense. I'm seeing everybody. And yeah, lots on my plate, but it's good.
As far as the basketball team goes, is it fun kind of watching Corbin, who made the
Love it.
jump, and what he's been able to do there?
Yeah, because Corbin, man, he had no basketball scholarship offers of significance coming out of high school. We projected him as an offensive tackle. Came back from his mission, and man, I don't know how many inches he'd grown, but after a few workouts, it just kind of became, so he was working out with our team while playing pickup games with basketball, and I think that he just realized, man, I can keep doing this, and maybe 2 or 3 years I might be an offensive tackle, or he could possibly compete and contribute right away as he saw his height and basketball skills coming along. So really fun. And anytime a player can, man, have a goal or direction, become more clear and passionate, it's great. And yeah, I've been watching the games. So I watch basketball. I don't watch much football, but I watch basketball.
Do you get into the March Madness stuff?
I like March Madness. I don't like the rest of the season, but once March Madness hits, I'm in. I might have my own bracket.
Yeah, who you got?
I mean, I can't bet or any of that.
Right, of course. Yeah, it's for bragging
This is on,
rights.
this is on record,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
NCAA-wise, I don't bet, but yeah. In fact, Breaker, my son, he and I head-to-head. He already has his bracket done.
Okay, so he's
I
ready
take
to
a little
go?
more time, maturity.
Who's got the? Does somebody have bragging rights
I'm
from
not
last year?
That's a sensitive topic.
Kentucky or the field?
In fact, I'm not comfortable answering any more questions about basketball. No. It's good. Yeah, he's passionate about it, so he could say I'm taking longer because I'm more mature, or I need to do better than I did a year ago.
Won't be like the rest of us. My wife regularly beats me,
Yeah.
so
Join
that's
the
the way
club.
it goes. Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
See you.